Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. So first of all, I would like to welcome everybody and thank you for all of you for coming to this meeting. So before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mohamad SHAHLIZAN, and I will be your chairman for this for this new team. Before we go to the agenda, so how about we introduce our own self so we can know each other and can support each other well. So how about why don't we start with the only princess in this team? The only girl for this team.
Okay.
Yeah, princess and girl.
Yeah.
Good evening and hello everyone. My name is SYAHIR. I am as the manager of sponsorship committee.
Okay. So next.
Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. Especially to Mr. Chairman and all members. My name is Muhammad IKRAM bin Abdul Hadi, and I am responsible as the head of the marketing department. Thank you, Mr.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. HAFIZUL. Next.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is HALIFI bin HASHIM and I am responsible for the head of social relationship department.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Halifi. That's a good introduction. So the last one.
Alright, Assalamualaikum and good evening. I am Muhammad Faiz bin Mansor, work in the department as finance advisor. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, so here we have Miss SIVA, the only princess in this team. So the other four will be Mr. Halifi, Mr. Faiz, HAFIZUL, and me myself. So we are like the bodyguards for the only girls. So everyone here. So for this meeting, I will inform you that we will discuss two things, which is the team's name, because we have just the team, so we don't have any names for our teams. So that's for the first point. The second point will be that we will discuss about the CSR project because we have fund about about 25,000 from the yayasan Darul Iman. So that's a huge amount of funds. So we like to use it well for the CSR project. So let's start with the team's name. So does anyone have any suggestion?
Halifi, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, go on, Mr. Halifi.
Right. To start, I have one suggestion for our team name. Especially which people in needed for young. Okay, I would like to suggest the name for why for you. Why for you, right? Which stand for young for you. We all are young, so I think it will be a good name. Okay, for my opinion, I will think it will be a good name that we can approach and help young who most needed, mainly due to this pandemic COVID-19. All right. So for me, why for you will be great if we can use it for our company name. First, to support and encourage young in leisure. Second, I also prepare a logo where the logo is a logo. Okay, a logo. Yeah, logo. That will give us something or symbolic for the young. First of all, the logo will see a bright color. Okay, a bright color and easy to recognize and even read it. It will also represent the community and the young engagement for the society. Thank you. That's all.
So why for you? How do we spell it? So is it Y and then the number of 4?
Yes, right.
Okay.
And you.
Oh, and you.
Yeah, yes, and
Okay,
you.
okay.
All right, good.
Okay, let me get it out. Why for you? Okay, that's for the first names. So why for you? That's a good and short name, simple. So does anyone have any suggestion other than Mr. Halifi?
Mr. Chairman, Hafizul.
Okay, so Hafizul, so proceed.
Suggestion from Mr. Halifi that sound great. I also want to suggestion for our team name. How
Okay.
about we care for you?
Oh, so you also have four.
Yes, I have also four, and it's come from the word care, care, care,
Okay, okay, okay,
and
okay.
us which we can use to represent our team vision and mission to
Mm.
caring and provide the extra care among us, making most of the energy and time generously to support those who are in need of old age, race, and other. I also would like to recommend a logo for our company which symbolize our willingness to lend a caring hand. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
so so Mr. Hafiz also have the four, the number of four for the team's name. So we have two suggestions. So let me write for a moment. So we care for us. So is it we? Let's get we care.
We care for
The number four. Okay, us.
you, for us.
Okay, so we have two. So why for you and we care for us. So does anyone else got nothing? Got anything to say?
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
But before we decide which team's name we will go with, I like to add my thought on this topic. Both names
Okay.
proposed earlier are suitable for particular purpose or occasion. But I prefer we care for us than why for you. Because in this name, I like about care and us.
Hmm.
About our upcoming project that we will discuss later might not be only included youth, but vary in age from kids to elderly. We care for us is general and more than adequate to define that we are doing better than why for you because our program are not specifically focused on youth but many. That's
Okay.
my thought, Mr. Chairman.
So that's your opinion. So Siva, do you have
Uh,
anything to say? What?
oh, that makes sense. What Mr. Faiz said just now.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Faiz and Mr. Hafizul and Mr. Halifi ideas name. That's a great name. So hold on. I think that Mr. Faiz just said that. I think it's good for the weekend for us. So can I hear the opinion for the others? Do you agree or do you want to choose others?
For me, Halifi, Mr. Chairman, I will go along with why for you. I will stand with my idea. Thank you.
So
Uh,
you stand for the
for
Y for you, your own idea.
Yeah,
Okay, how
yeah,
about
my
the
idea.
others?
but for me, Siva, I agree with Mr. Fai's suggestion of the name
We care
of
for.
We Care for Us. So
Hmm.
yeah, and I agree too.
So so the score will be one for the Y for you and one for the Y we care for us. So anyone else?
Mr. Chairman, Hafizul, I second the motion.
Sounds
So
serious.
you so you support your own idea, your own
I, I
name, is it?
strongly support my
So
ideas.
so it seems that most of us agree with the we care for us. So I'm sorry, Mr. Halifi. Unfortunately, we need to proceed with the name for the we care for us. I hope you don't feel bad about it. So
I okay, it's okay. Nothing to worry about.
so before we finally say yes to the we care for us, do you have any objections for the name we care for us?
No,
So
no.
it
No,
seems that
no.
there's nothing, there's no objection. So I think we all agree that our name, the team name will be the We Care for Us. So I think that's for the team's name. So that's all for the team's name. So let's move on to our next agenda, which is the CSR project. So as I have been mentioned before, that we have received a fund from Yayasan Darul Iman about 25,000. So there is a lot of money, so a lot of fun. So we need to spend it well for the society. So we do not want any waste about it. So does any of you have any suggestion or any idea that we will for the
Me,
CSR
Mr.
project?
Chairman, Faiz,
Okay, proceed.
I put forward that we can run a one-day home visit at orphanage. As for the visit purpose, we have received 25,000 to buy their needs, such as clothes, daily necessities, and learning needs, and which can
Mm,
easily at least reducing the organization financial burden for a moment. After
mm,
contribute their needs, we can also deliver a talk. About the talk title, we can have the often decide the topic and also things they most likely wanted to listen. And for the
mm,
last event, is handing over donation to their representative as a token of gratitude for the full cooperation for us to run the program. I think that's all from me. How about the others?
yeah, about the others.
Great idea suggestion, Mr. Faiz. I think it's a very interesting program, but due to COVID-19, we cannot proceed to give a talk for orphanage. As we can see now, there are different variant of COVID virus spreading, and it's spreading very fast to others without our knowledge. So, other than that, everyday cases are keep increasing. uh, if we need to proceed to give a talk, maybe we can do it via Google Meet, Zoom, even Facebook Live. So then people can easily access to all of this with safety.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. So, Mr. Faiz, that's a good idea. So we can go to the orphanage. We can give our support such as daily necessity like clothes, foods, and then we can also give them the donation that we being collected from the society from the outside. So I think that's a good idea because you know, during the pandemic, many of us have been affected by this pandemic. So most of it have lost their income. But unfortunately, I agree with Mr. Siva. We could not proceed with the talk because nowadays the number of cases are really high. So just for the today, the case will be about 5,112. I think for the number of cases, so that's really high. We could not take any you know any
Please.
dangers forward. So we need to take precaution to any activities. So I think I agree with Mrs. Siva. So we proceed the talk with through online. Uh, so does anyone have any idea or any Mr.
Mr.
Fizul?
Chairman, Hafizu,
Yeah.
I agree with Miss Eva. We have to carefully review the tentative about our program to ensure
Mm,
that we have taken the precaution according to the standard mean SOP, standard operation procedure by Ministry of Health during current situation MCO in our country. That's my view about idea Mr. Faiz
mhm.
and Ms. Eva. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you because us as an organization we need to obey with the laws that uh, been there from the government. So if we do such activities, so we just be compound about 10,000. So that's a lot of money. So easy money you let go 10,000. So I think that is something that we need for into consideration. So, does anyone have any more suggestion other than Mr. Faiz?
I have a new idea to propose, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Since we have received a fund of 25,000 from Yayasan Kebajikan Darul Iman, I am suggest why not we give a electronic device or internet plan for every needy student from Sekolah Kebangsaan Sungai Siput, as it
Mm.
hurts to see children miss the dear opportunity to get education because of they did not have any device or internet connection to join online classes. So by doing that, it will reduce the burden of their parents to buy new gadgets and pay bills for their child every month.
Mm, yeah, I think that's a good idea, Miss Siva, because for this pandemic, everything will be doing through online. So I think that's a really good idea because not every children have a decent laptop or tabs or smartphone to do the online learning. So by providing them the laptop, the new one, so I think they can learning uh, doing the online learning more chilly. So it's going to be good for them. So other than Miss Siva, does anyone have any suggestion
Mr.
or
Chairman,
ideas? Okay,
HAFIZUL, Mr. Chairman.
okay, proceed.
I propose that we execute a free online tutoring program. Okay.
Online.
Means means we tutoring service are a great way to supplement children education and
Wow.
help them success academically. But not everyone can simply afford that extra help. So
Yeah, okay.
we can make use of the funding to prepare research and appoint a best tutor, measuring
Mm-mm.
education or those who are academically gifted in a particular subject. And this,
Yeah.
I think, a great option for our program and project. And through this program, we can provide help to improve and give an impact in student
Mm.
academic performance during current situation now. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. I think I agree with you, Mr. Avizo, because as we mentioned before, everything during this pandemic, everything doing is through online. So by doing the online tutoring, or you can say that as online tuition, so they will give more benefit to the children or students because it's hard for them to study alone at home because there are so much disturbance. There are television, games. So by providing them online tuition, I think that's we encourage them to study well. Okay, so we have three ideas just now. So the first one will be the Mr. Faiz, which is we go to the orphanage and we give them donation, their necessity, and also give talk to online. And then for the second suggestion, we have Miss Siva, sorry, Miss Siva, which is providing them electronic device such as laptop, the tabs, smartphone for them to learn during this pandemic. And then the last one would be that Mr. Hafizul, which is providing them online tuitions or online tutoring program, which is to encourage them to learn rather than playing games or watching TVs or nothing else. So from these three ideas, we need to choose one. I think we only need to choose one. Okay, so does anyone agree with Mr. Faiz's idea, which is go to the orphanage? So please raise your hand. Okay, so
Only me,
the
Mr.
on
Chairman.
the owner of the idea only vote for himself. So that's mean one for the Mr. Faiz idea. So for the Miss Siva, which is providing electronic device, please
Mr.
raise your hand.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, sorry. I think in the Google Meet we have a up hand. We can
Oh, I just
can
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's anyone agree? So please raise hand, or including me. Okay, I agree with Ms. Siva.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
so it seems like we have two people that vote for the Miss Siva ideas. So let me get it out. So two people. So for the Mr. Hafizul, the last one, the online tutoring. Does anyone agree? Please raise your hand in Google Meet. So Mr. Hafizul. Oh, and it seems like Mr. Halifi also agrees. So we have ties these two ideas, which is Miss Siva and Mr. Hafizul, and unfortunately Mr. Faiz didn't have any votes. So it's okay. We can consider it for our next project. So since we have two ideas, they have same amount of votes, so we need to choose one or we need to combine. It's okay. So does anyone have any suggestion or what for these situations? Like Mr. Alifi, do you have any suggestion to solve this problem?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think I have an idea. I think I don't know my idea is good or not. So I think I will have to give an explanation about it. Okay. Okay. Due to this
Okay.
situation, we have two programs that are tied. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Program.
And so beside that, I saw the two programs have their own potential from Mr. Siva and Mr. Hafizul. So I think I will suggest to combine the Anak Felda Charity the program from Mr.
Mm.
Mr. Siva and Mr. Hafizul that free tutoring,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
Oh yeah.
as we can see, we have received a fund of 25,000, isn't it?
No, yeah. There's a lot of money,
Uh,
25,000.
wow, so a big amount of money from the Yayasan Kebajikan Darul Aman. So I think it will be a great if we can execute the free tutor program because an electronic device or internet plan, as the Mr. Siva idea, we can give a student to execute a free tutor program. We can combine the two programs into one objective. That's if
Oh.
we want to give the student good condition in study, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I get you.
Okay. We also have a connection with the UTSM student. That's right. Can
No,
yes.
yeah. It's actually there. I
Yeah,
forget about it.
it's a UTSM student. I have engaged with them. They say they have
Okay.
to do a project for
Mm.
the community. So we can give a chance to the UTSM student to work with the community as we need them to assure it will be a great combination for the both of us from the student and our company. Hence, the community will gain a benefit through the fund and also benefit as a company. And do not
Mm-mm.
forget, we have our stakeholder. So we have to carry the
Oh.
stakeholder. We have to give them something from our company. So they will give us a lot of money. Then after that, Mr. Chairman, I think we'll be happy if we can receive a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah. Agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I
like.
think
Okay.
combine the two program will give a great impact for our company, for the society, community, a student, and also a UTSM student. Okay, that's all for me.
Mm.
Thank you.
Well, that's great space, great idea, Mr. Halifi. I really like it. But one thing I would like to remind you that the name of the yayasan is Yayasan Kebajikan Darul Iman, not Aman. So it's
Oh, oh
actually I,
sorry,
not
sorry,
A.
sorry. I think
So it's okay.
I have a wrong typo in my paper. Sorry, sorry,
It's
Iman.
okay, it's okay, it's okay. So
Okay.
it's okay. It's just small matter. So Darul Iman. I think I agree with you, Mr. Halifi. We can combine it two ideas because by providing them a lot electronic device such as laptop, we can encourage them to follow the online tutoring or online tuition. So this means that we can kill two birds in one stone. So that's a good idea. And I also agree with you with the retention students. Sorry, my voice. Okay, I also agree with the retention students' contribution because as you know that we don't have enough hands to help out this program. So we need a lot of energy, a lot of people to help us to succeed this program. So I think that's a good opinion, good idea to ask for this detention student help to succeed this program. I think that's I think that's all I want to complain about Mr. Halifi's idea. So does anyone have any objection to combine these two ideas, or does anyone have anything to say?
No, Mr.
No,
Chairman.
no, Mr.
No, Mr.
Chairman.
Chairman.
Okay, so that's
Thank you,
quick, yeah,
thank you.
quick one. So everyone agree with the Mr. Halifi idea. So thank you, Mr. Halifi. That's a good job. You really
But
give good effort. So I think that's all for the agenda for the CSR project. We just complete with our main business, which is deciding what kind of project that we will do for this CSR project. So I think let's move on to the next agenda. Or does anyone have any other matter to discuss? Because I think that's all of it for today's meeting. Because I think there's no other agenda after this.
No, Mr. Chairman.
from me, Halifi, no. That's all.
No, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
HAFIZUL
No,
also.
Mr.
Okay.
No,
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, since all of us agree that there's no matters to discuss, so let me conclude once again. So the first thing that will be discussed today will be the the team's name, which is we care for us. So that's for our team's name, our official name. So if any stakeholder or asking about us, what is our team's name, so you can just confidently say that our team's name will be the we care for us. Okay, so that's for the team's name. So for the CSR project, as been discussed before, we agreed with the Mr. Halifi idea, which is we combine Miss SIVA idea, which is providing students or children electronic device such as laptop, apps, and smartphone to the students and children. And also we combine it with the Mr. HAFIZUL idea, which is doing online tutoring, online tuition to students. So we can encourage them to study during this pandemic rather than playing games or doing such nonsense, such not benefits activities. So I think that's a good idea for the CSR project. Well, I think that seems to be everything for today. We really have a very productive meeting. So does anyone have any matters to discuss? If no, I think I will adjourn for this meeting. Thank you everyone for this. Oh, okay. I think
Mr. Chairman.
a second. I think I just received a request. Good evening, Mr. Najah. Mr. Najah. So actually, we already come to the end of our meeting session. So it's just that let me repeat again our today's agenda, which is deciding what is our team plan, which is we all agree with the we care for us for our team plan. And then for the second agenda, which is the deciding what type of activities that we want for the CSS project. So we agree that we combine Ms. SIVA ideas and Mr. HAFIZUL, which is we providing the student the electronic device, and then we're doing the online tutoring, online tuition to encourage them to study. So I think that's all for today. Thank you for your commitment for this meeting. I really enjoy it, and I really want to applause for your commitment. So give a clap for you. So the next meeting will be the next Monday, so which will be about 8 July. So the time for the meeting Miss Secretary will inform you later on. So please take note about the notice. So I think that's all for today's meeting. Thank you, everyone. See
Thank you, Mr. Yemen.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Chairman.
you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank
Okay,
you
thank
all.
you, Mr. Man.
Thank you.
Okay,
all.
thank you.
See you again.
Have a nice day.